Hello, hello, hello. I was just trying to grab one last bite of something to eat before going on here. I usually, come on the live, have not eaten and am starved by the time I get off. But let's see who is on the live today. Woo, we've got some things to talk about. I was at a meetup down at the Bay in San Diego for the San Diego Camper Van Club. And I'm going to hopefully do an interview with the founder of that club and do a tour of his van. There was another person I wanted to do a tour of their van, but a much larger channel, not a nomad channel, so don't get that wrong, but a much larger YouTuber who's again not in the nomad community, but outside of the nomad community, is doing a tour of it, and he can't tour with anyone else. They had him agree to not tour with anyone else until their tour aired. So I was like, okay. Boy, I have a lot to learn about this business, don't I? About, wow. That's all I can say. I'm not going to say anything more about that, but that was interesting to me that was a restriction that was placed on him. But it's for another, like I said, someone outside of our community, but because I wouldn't expect anyone in our community to do that. But anyhow, that's where we are. But I will hopefully maybe sometime this summer I'll do that tour. You know what? I think I'm actually going to scratch that tour, maybe not do it. Um, there's so many other tours and interesting tours to do. But hello, Kenneth is on. Kenneth Bailey. Hey, hey. Just knowing you are here brings such joy. Just knowing you are here brings such joy, Kenneth. Thank you for being here. Hey, Shay's Tiny Living. Oh, you're here and ready. I am going to, if you're here and ready to come on, I want to bring you on for a second, maybe a little later. So stick around, Shay, because you're just starting. I saw you bought what is it, a fifth wheel? And you're just starting. You sold your house. I was watching because I've been watching Shay. She's been on YouTube for a while doing other stuff, but we've been talking back and forth. And when I go up to the Bay Area, I'm supposed to meet up with her, and I never get a chance to. But this time we are going to do something. And stick around, Shay, and I will see about bringing you on a little later if you can stick around. Hey, Three Generations. Hello, hello. Hope your weather has improved. I hope so too. Last week you were getting ready to get some tornadoes. Oh my. Hi, Barry. Oh my goodness. Good to see you. Hello, hello from South Florida on a sizzling, at a sizzling 97, and it's only May. It's not even Labor. I'm sorry, it's not even Memorial Day yet. Woo, it's gonna be toasty. I have some stuff. Oh, I have all kind of stuff to share with you. But let me get through saying hello to some folks. Hey, Nora, one of my other great, fabulous, loyal moderators. Go over and check her beautiful, beautiful artwork at Nora Keg over on Etsy. Drop your link if you would, Nora. Let's see. Hey, Wanda says hello, Globies, Southern Arizona here. Reached 100. Oh, yeah. That's why I'm not in Quartzsite right now. I would love to be there, but nope, nope, nope. Hey, Debbie is in the house. Three Generations saying hi to Barry. So you're a Naples, Florida resident. Okay, Iris. I know, Nora, I'm at 88,000. I'm so excited because my goal is 100,000 this year. Well, actually, it was a little higher, but I will, God willing, and the creek don't rise, I will make that well before the end of the year. So I'm looking so forward to that. Oh my goodness. Hey, Donna Flynn's in the house. Hello. You're at Peace Soup in Santa Nella. Oh my goodness, that's not that far from here. I always stop at Santa Nella on the way up to the Bay Area. I have my certain stops that I stop at. I think there's an In and Out in Santa Nella, and sometimes we stop there, to tell you the truth. I know it is growing, Nora. I am so excited. Oh my goodness. and everyone's saying hello, hello. Hey, Lisa from Outdoor Dash Travels, another great moderator. Lisa, I was worried about you. I kept meaning to call you because I was hearing about all those storms in Houston and Texas and Dallas and everywhere. How are you doing? Oh my goodness. Hopefully your land didn't float away. Oh, wow. Hey, Red, another great moderator. Oh my goodness. The folks are in the house working today. Hey, Caroline. My moderators, please do drop your links now and again at the end of the live. Whew, lots going on, lots going on. H. Stone is Western North Carolina. Mary Cooper's in the house. Oh, the good life off-grid Helen. Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. I saw another channel that I really like. I'm trying to remember what the name of them. I wanted to shout them out. Can't remember their name, but hopefully I'll do a collab with them and then I'll be able to share their name with you. But oh my goodness, thank you all for supporting Pascal over at Tiny Campers. That video that he did, the tour of Teresa, is going gangbusters. Let me look and see what it's at right now. It's at oh my goodness, it's at 91,000 views. Do you believe that? 91,000 views. Woo! And it's going to probably hit 100. So thank you all for supporting him. He really is such a lovely man and spent his time helping Teresa. So I'm so happy that that video he did is doing well. I have a video I will be doing. I was supposed to meet with Teresa this last week, but I had a little emergency. I'm not going to go into detail, but I couldn't do it that day. I had to cancel. But I've got this table that I found at a thrift store. I've been carrying this table around. Jessica's like, Mom, when are you going to get this table out of this van? I have it on the bed back here, but it has two different planks. Let me see if I can show it to you. And I think I may do a video asking you guys for some suggestions, but what I would like to do with this table, see if I can show you. Oh, I don't, anyhow, can you see anyhow? Well, it's a table that has, it's two planks about maybe this wide, and they're side by side. And underneath it has a drawer. So what I was thinking is cutting it in half, cutting the drawer in half, so she'd just have a small drawer there for things like maybe some silverware or something, but she could, or something for a computer if she has one. I don't think she has one, but it would be the second piece of the table would be that part that that lifts up like this and pulls out. I thought it would fit perfect because it's right in cutting it in half. Anyhow, I'll have to show you to you. I'll do a video and show it to you and see if you guys have some ideas. But I wanted you to do a table like on that video tour I did of the Winnebago Solace. Of course, I have all these ideas. I can't do any of this stuff. But so I'm going to have to hit Pascal up. I told him I'd send him a picture of the table. He's like, okay, Carol, go ahead and send it to me. And I was all excited. I said, Pascal, I think we could do this. We could do that. And we could do this. And well, I'm like, we. I should have said you, but I said we. But he's like, dear Pascal, he's like, okay, send me the picture. And I'll try and figure it out. But he can figure out anything. So I'm really excited about that. We're going to paint that little cabinet that she has that holds that oil pan sink. I got her, I think I told you, I got her the toilet. What else is coming in? I got her a light. It's a magnetic. They're two magnetic lights. They're motion lights. So if she gets up in the middle of the night, but also you can set them so they're not motion, that they just are on and off. The only thing, and they're USB. That's what I liked about them. I got them at Costco. I really wish that they would be remote, but they weren't. So I'll have to write to that company and say, hey, get us some remote. Also, I bought one of those rinse kits, not for her because it's She already has something, but I'm going to be reviewing that. I bought it with my own money. Now that's really saying something because you guys know me. I'm a bit on the frugal side, but it was at Costco, and I thought this is really something I want to try out and I want to review for you guys and show you. So I have lots of stuff coming up this week, but yeah. So hopefully I'll be meeting with Teresa. I'll do a video showing you, the things that I add. I had gotten the toilet for her, but it was a little too short. It was only, I think, 15 inches. And she said she'd rather the one that's a little longer or taller. I think it's 19 or 20 inches. So we'll have to see. Um, CW style, hey, says good afternoon. Good to see you. I like your hat. I know. I actually had a different one that I bought. I was looking for. It has all these jewels on it, different colors. And I was like, where is my hat? But anyhow, hey, Mark Collins in the house. Thank you for all your help with Teresa from Tiny Vans told me you are the one really helping her also on $20 minimum wage. What do you think it should be? Well, I'm going to do a video on that. It's not that I don't think people should get more money. I do. But what is happening, I believe, is that those in power are touting out, oh, $20 minimum wage, $20 minimum wage. Oh, isn't this great? Isn't it great? Well, the reports that came out a while back showed that in order to really afford to live in California and pay rent, you needed to be earning $47 per month. So how is $20 an hour going to help? Because they're also cutting back jobs. What do I think it should be? What I think should be is instead of focusing on the hourly wage, focus on getting folks affordable housing that they can pay for on a if focus on getting housing that if people are making $20 an hour, they can pay to live there. It doesn't matter if you give people $30 an hour. If they still can't pay their rent, what good is that doing them? But I'm going to do a whole nother video on that. I'm hoping to do it maybe Wednesday or Thursday. Monday, I'm going to follow up, God willing, knock on wood. I'm going to try and follow up on the video on perfectionism. And remember, I did that confession that I am a recovering perfectionist. And I'm going to do, it's 5 or 6 steps, maybe more, on things you can do to help yourself if you're a perfectionist. I'm not a therapist, so I'm not going to tell you this is a cure-all. It's not. But I think it can be helpful, maybe help you to be a little easier on yourself, give yourself some grace. But I really think, quite honestly, that in order to deal with this, I'm probably myself too, I'll admit it, that you really need to deal with a counselor who focuses on this because it's kind of like OCD a little bit, and someone who specializes in that who can really help you work through it. By the way, I have this fan on. Can you guys let me know, is this fan too noisy? If it is too noisy, I will see about turning it down. But it is kind of hot in here. Let me know if it's too noisy. I will turn the fan down. If it interferes and you really can't hear, let me know. Hey, Judy's in the house. Let's see. Yeah, big YouTube. Oh my. Linda Red, and hello from Lexington, North Carolina. Oh my goodness. Kentura says, outrageous blessings on everyone. Well, outrageous blessings on you too. I would like everyone in here to be just blessed beyond what you can even imagine, that your mind can't even conceive the blessings that you're going to receive. So yes, thank you, Katura. I receive that, absolutely. Everyone's still saying hello. Hello, Tira. Okay, I don't have my glasses on. Tira Widman. I hope that's Widman or Weidman. Hello. I am doing well. Illinois South 65 is in the house. So is Jose RZ. You're right. Don't do the tours. No, I don't think I'm going to do the tour. The more I think about it, I think I'm just going to pass on it. just going to pass on it and let the other channel do it. And if I change my mind, I'll let you guys know. It is a beautiful rig, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'm just a little bit in my feelings or something, Get over myself, huh? Maybe I need to. We'll see. Hey, Patrick Ross from Bremerton, Washington. Oh, I was up in Bremerton a while back. Beautiful there. Everyone in Carol's chat is yes, CW. Oh my goodness. Kathy Morrison says, hi, didn't want to miss you. Well, I'm glad you didn't, Kathy. I'm glad you didn't. Hey, Spirit Windview, hello, hello, and Twice Rider 3. All right, well, I'm going to, hey, the Turners on the road, hello, from Dawn and Jim Turner. Oh, hello, hello, Turners on the road. Well, I am, hey, Peggy, hello, from Colorado, hello, hello. And Claudia, oh, Kofu, Japan. Oh my goodness. Claudia student, Kofu, are you in Japan? Oh my goodness. Sherry says, I made it on time this time. Hey, you're always on time, even if you watch the rerun or rewind, whatever you want to call it. I know, Kenneth, so many of the very best are here today. We got the cream of the crop in here today, don't we? Oh my goodness. Hey, Lily. Lily, are you going to the Narva get together reunion thing in Myrtle Beach? Let me know if you are, because I'm thinking of it, but I don't know that I want to drive all the way to Myrtle Beach. I'm thinking of it. I might fly in. I'll see. I don't know, but let me know. I was just talking about my house shed, tiny house from Costco. Does that mean that land is close to the horizon? Well, I'm not saying I'm getting that. I was just showing that to you all. Everyone thinks I'm buying it. I don't know that I'm going to buy that, but what it showed me is just how small you can make a tiny house and still make it work. That tiny house was only 8 by 7. So that's what, 56 square foot? And in 56 square foot, there was room to put, like, against one wall, a day bed or a sofa bed that pulls out. You could have the kitchen, one of those IKEA tabletop kind of kitchens that has a sink. And on the other side, you could have a toilet and you could have shelves. So I was looking at that and thinking, wow, you could really, especially if you had like a center where all the houses or RVs are in a semicircle, and in the middle you had like a campfire, and on the side you had maybe showers or stuff that people could use. I think that would really work. But anyhow, hey, Brenda Burner's in the house. Hello, hello. The Good Life says, I wish it would stop raining here from UK. Oh, you're in the UK. Ooh, I was there one Christmas and it rained. It was gloomy, I'm telling you. Damp, very damp. That was the main thing. Hey, Miss Net, how's it going? Everyone's saying hello, hello, hello to everyone. Vaughn's on a row saying hi. All right, what the topic of the day is, I wanted to ask, I come across so many people who are on the edge financially. I mean, truly about to go over the cliff. And I'm going to do a video next week. I know next week I'm going to be loaded down with videos, but I want to do a video next week talking about how to pull yourself back from the edge of the cliff, because some people are getting ready to go over financially. And, this video that I'm going to do is not going to be really kind of a touchy-feely heart, I'm going to really be kind of, I'm trying to find the right word. I'm going to be just direct, bold, and say it like it is. I encounter a lot of people, not everyone, and not most people, but I encounter enough people who are struggling, really struggling, about to lose their place, about to go under. And when I make suggestions, well, why don't you do this? Get a roommate. Why don't you do that? oh, that's not something I want to do. I really like living alone. I'm like, okay, well, just live alone on the street then. You can live all by yourself in your little cardboard box on the street. Sometimes you have to make sacrifices to get ahead. And what I'm encountering a lot of people is, first of all, they're paralyzed. They're getting notices, they're getting evicted, and they're just paralyzed. They don't do anything. They're just like, it's not like they're stunned because they knew it was coming, but they're paralyzed, they're stymied, they just don't do anything. Then the next thing you know, they're out on the street in their car and they have not prepared at all. And I'm like, how much better would it have been to maybe have made some sacrifices, not for the rest of your life, but for maybe 6 months, maybe a year, to get yourself out of the hole so you can have some breathing room. But a lot of people aren't willing to do that. And I'm like, I guess as someone who's been willing to make sacrifices my whole life to better my situation, I don't get that. I just don't get it. But I'm going to do a video on that, and it's going to be a little hard hitting, I think. It's not going to be mean, but it's going to be hard hitting and say some things that I think some folks need to hear. But, who am I? It's just my opinion. So that's coming up next week. Let's see if I missed anyone. But I wanted to today. Hey, Doug Aranda from New York, not being perfect. Hey. Thank you, Doug. Join the club. Join the club. We're gonna start a not being perfect club, and we're not being perfect and proud of it. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the video on perfectionism and where I admitted to being a recovering perfectionist. But I wanted to ask, hey, Bust a Move, hello. I wanted to ask some folks in here, are some of you, down to your last? This is what, the 18th of the month? I have encountered people in Quartzsite who were ready to leave, but they couldn't leave. They were down to their last couple of dollars, and they had to stay stuck in Quartzsite, or I've been other places, until they got their Social Security check so they could buy gas. Are any of you in that situation where, come the middle of the month, things start to look a little bit ugly, and come the last week of the month, you're really skating on thin ice? I'm wondering, what do you do? How do you cope? What are some of the, well, I've been there, done that, but I want to hear from you. If there's any of you in here in this chat today, could you share some of the, some of the things you do, to cope? Is it strictly from the middle of the month on, strictly beans and rice? Is it that way from the whole month? What do you do to get by when you're really, really on a tight budget, and every month there seems to be more month than money? And I remember growing up, it was that way for us when we were growing up. There was always more month than money, and it was really a struggle. I saw it. Let's see. Donna Flynn says 91 views. Yeah, Pascal, 91,000 views. I'm so happy for him. So happy for him. Let's see who else. Trying to see if I got any comments on that, on any of you guys just telling us what you do. And if you don't want to, speak about it, I understand, because that's a very personal subject. Sheila is saying hi to me and Jessica. We're actually at one of Jessica's little friends' house. He's having a get together. It's so cool that one of the moms, I got a shout out to Gigi. She gets the kids together on a regular basis. She has get-togethers at her house and swim parties and everything else. And it's just really, really cool, because these kids have been able to stay as friends for the years after they've left high school. And it's just a wonderful thing. But anyhow, I am changing subjects here. Chef Santa, hello, hello, Chef Santa. I am so glad to see you in the house. And let's see who else. Um, Illinois South 65 says, I'm still trying to find someone to travel with, just starting out. Any takers? Well, where are you starting out from, Illinois South 65? I'm guessing Illinois, but where are you starting out from and where are you wanting to go? They used to have a Facebook. I don't know if they still do it. HOWA, Home on Wheels Alliance, had a Facebook that was called We Camp Together. So I don't know if they have that, but they have some Facebook groups, SUVing for women, and a lot of different things. And I don't know if you're a lady or a gentleman, but is there anyone here? Let us know where you're heading out from and where you're wanting to go. And maybe there's someone in here who wants to camp with you. Hey, Carrie Joe. Hello, hello. Oh, you're based. Yeah, you're based in Illinois. Okay. Well, is there anyone near Illinois? And where are you wanting to go? Illinois South 65. Tira says, I'm on my way out of California. Too expensive and not worth it. It is expensive, and that is an option. It is an option for people to move somewhere less expensive. Um, I'm fortunate in that, I got my house years and years and years and years ago, probably more years than some of you are old. Had I not done that, I would not be able to stay in California. I absolutely would not. But I'm planning to turn one of my rooms upstairs into a studio and rent it out. So, we have to do what we have to do, but that's one of the things I'm looking at doing. Hey, Gray State says, pad rent in Missouri is going up constantly. They're trying to make people lose their mobile homes. It's getting out of hand, and it's on purpose. Yes, it is on purpose. Mobile home parks used to be one of the last standout, holdout places where people who had low incomes could live and still have a decent place to live. That is little by little going down the tubes because these corporations have recognized that mobile home parks are cash cows. They don't have to maintain the homes that are on there, that and the yards. That's up to the people who are renting the lots. So all they have to do is the infrastructure and stuff on the park. And what happens is these companies will come in, and there really are not restrictions, and they can come in, do some little minor thing, sometimes not even do a minor thing, and double and triple the rent. And then what happens, and this is what is just so despicable. That's the word I want, despicable. Older people and even younger people can't afford to move their mobile homes, some of which have been fully paid off. So they've got all of their assets tied up in this mobile home. They may get a 30 or 60-day notice, depending on what the laws are where they are. They get this notice, and if they can't sell it within that, they've got to abandon it and leave it there. So then the mobile home park owns a mobile home that they can then rent out. It's just despicable, and someone needs to start changing these laws to stop this from happening. Now, what some mobile parks have done is they've mobilized, and the tenants have banded together and become the owners of the park. But that is fewer, that's not the majority of what's happening. But you're right, Grace State. It is a despicable practice, and they're basically, in my opinion, they're not legally doing this. I mean, they're not technically stealing these mobile homes, but ethically, as far as integrity wise, conscious wise, in my opinion, they're just pulling these mobile homes from under these seniors and their last asset, and then they're out with nothing. You know, the very least, if they're renting those mobile homes out, they should be giving that income, or at least part of that income, to the owners, but they're not. So I'm gonna get off my bandwagon, but that's just like one of the things that I think is just really screwing over seniors left and right. Hey, Elsa, hello, hello. Janet McDonald says Barry Dickinson, 80s in Austin. Oh, keep car cooler by grove of Japanese timber bamboo. Well-off neighbors disapprove, but a big, but they provide, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, you got to do what you got to do. Especially, heat is so dangerous. You can kind of keep warm, figure out ways to keep warm, but you're in a tin can, and when it gets hot in there, I'm telling you, it's really quite something. Uh, yeah, yeah, Sheila, affordable housing is the issue. Um, in order to get salaries up to where people could afford to pay the rents in California, you'd bankrupt you'd put probably three-quarters of small businesses out of business. They simply could not afford to pay $47 an hour, plus the cost of their, if it's a restaurant, they're paying $47 an hour. That means a steak is going to be $120. Even if you even if the wages don't put them out of business, the lack of customers will, because who's going to pay the prices that these restaurateurs would have to charge in order to pay? So they're going, excuse my language, but they're going about this ass backwards. Deal with the problem that's causing people to not be able to put a roof over their heads, and that is out of control rents. Um, Red says South Illinois South, you can email me at okay and contact me on Facebook. All right. So go ahead. Yeah, maybe South Red might be interested in doing some traveling with you. Sounds good. Yeah, Carrie Joy, that's what I'm wondering, where Illinois South is traveling to. Um, let's see, who else? Who else? Who else? Okay, JK, thank you. I was just wondering because I've got both fans going in here because it's hot. It's hot. I'm in an area in East County, San Diego. And for those of you who don't know about San Diego, East County gets blazing. I mean, blazing. Mary Faye says selfishness and greed have driven people to become homeless. I have to agree with you, Mary Faye. A lot of this is just plain greed. I was this has been a couple years back, but this woman had she had been renting a place, and her rent went from something like $1,500 a month to $5,000 a month. That is from the end of one lease to the start of the new lease. So that's in 1 year. Now you cannot tell me that homeowner's expenses. Now, yeah, has insurance gone up? Yes, it has. Have taxes gone up? Yes, they have. But to the tune of from $1,500 to $5,000, that's $3,500 a month. That's $42,000 a year. That homeowner's expenses didn't go up $42,000 a year. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't be able to benefit and keep up to some degree, but to gouge people like that. And the bad thing is someone will pay it. So she ended up having to move, and she moved out of state. Yeah, I don't know, Jose, what the government's going to do. I just don't know. Teresa says, Carol and everyone here, please, if anyone knows of immediate remote work or any other legit ways to earn money on the road, can you please let me know? I'll tell you, there's a book, and I'm going to promote it because I love Robin at Creativity RV. She wrote a book, and the name of the book is called Work. Hold on, let me get the name of the book. But she has all kinds of ideas for making money on the road digitally. And hold on just a second, I'm looking it up. The name of the book is called, just a second. It's called Work from Home While You Roam. Can someone drop the link for that? Work from Home While You Roam. Or just, it's on Amazon. And I think they have it in hardback and also Kindle, but she updates it every single year. And I know that it had some jobs, Teresa, that you could do remote. Also, I've heard of a lot of people doing being virtual assistants, and there's another site called, what is it called, Upwork. But virtual assistants, I know people who become virtual assistants remotely. So also, I don't know, this is something you'd have to have a little bit of space in your van, but um, I think there was someone who showed a while back. She was on the road traveling, and what she did was she went thrifting, and she maybe bought, but you have to have a little area in your van that you could keep some things. She'd gotten to the point that she knew exactly what would sell, and she sold stuff on Poshmark, and Poshmark will send you the labels, but you'd have to have I don't know how that would work, but but she did it. I don't know. You might go online and see if you could find her. Poshmark, selling Poshmark from the road or something like that. But yeah, that's the name of the Work from Home. Um, what did I just say? Anyhow, but go on, if you go onto Creativity RV's channel, and you hit the thing that's on one of the videos, it says more, and then you get down there and it says about at the bottom. It'll say about, and then just scroll down and you'll see Work from Home While You Roam. So Teresa, and you know what, come back on, Teresa, when you find a roaming job and let us know about it. you know so yeah. Now, Teresa, one of the things I'm going to suggest to people, I'm not going to suggest it to you because I don't know your circumstances, but one of the things I'm suggesting to people is that if you're on the road, you come off the road. When I say come off the road, I don't mean come out of your van, but I'm saying maybe for 3 to 6 months, don't travel so you can work a job and earn enough money to have an emergency fund. But I'm going to do a whole video on that. But just some things to suggest. Hey, Wanda Hutchins says, I hope I can get a van in less than 2 years in case I lose my mobile home. Oh, Wanda, I tell you, I really hope and wish that people who are in mobile homes will start banding together and start hitting up legislators to make some laws protecting you. Because if not, you're going to see just a tsunami of seniors being ejected from their mobile homes. But I think that's a good plan, Wanda, to start saving up and having a plan B. I you know me, the perfectionist that I am, I like a plan B, C, and D, but at least have a plan B. Yeah, I think that's a good thing. Thank you, Caroline, for letting me know you can hear. Jose says there's always a way of using whatever the government does. Well, yes, figuring it out. It's not always that easy to figure out, though. PK from AK says if they make it $20 an hour, all products and foods will also rise. Yeah, Absolutely. Unfortunately, seniors and others who live in a fixed income will suffer the most. Everyone is going to suffer. Everyone is going to suffer. Um, I don't know about anyone else, and I'm not speaking trash talking McDonald's or Carl's Jr.'s or any of these places, but I am not going to pay $15, $18 for a Big Mac. I'm just not going to do it. You know, I one of the things I loved about Quartzsite was the guy Randy used to have a stand there. He used to sell dollar burgers, off the grill. So, no. And I can't see that a lot of these restaurants are going to stay in business. But I'm going to do a video on that. Yeah. But that's not the only thing. In California now, people who work in hotels, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying people don't deserve to get paid. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying the amount they're going to get is not going to change a life and make rents possible. Now, people who work in hotels, and I forget where else, are now, they're saying, well, if fast food workers got $20 an hour, they're out picketing now. They want $25 an hour. I'm not even going to comment on that. I'm not even going to comment on that. San Diego is a tourist town, and we're going to price ourselves to the point that only the very wealthy can afford to come here. It's already that way with Disneyland. I mean, for a family of four to go to Disneyland, it's like what, over $500, not counting food, not counting if you have to travel here, your travel expenses, not counting if you have to get a hotel. People actually go into debt, big time debt to go to Disneyland. I'm sorry, there's no way I'm going to go into debt to go to Disneyland or anywhere else. I'm not talking trash on Disneyland. I wouldn't go into debt to go anywhere, I don't think. But except to heaven. That's the only place I'd go into debt to go to. All right, let's see who else is here. All right, well, I don't know if Shay is in the house. If you are, Shay, I'm going to try and drop an invite because I want to talk to you and hear about what made you and your husband decide to sell your house. I saw where you sold your house, sold everything in it. You were showing a video where you're showing your 70-inch TV going down the driveway, and you hit the road in a fifth wheel. So if you're in the house, Shay, I've got, I dropped my link. So hit that and come on up, and I'd like to talk to you as far as being brand new on the road with your family and what prompted you to decide to do this. Hey, intentional frugality and budgeting. You said, I just had to get my sink fixed, cost me $300. Wow. Nothing is cheap anymore. And, and these aren't luxuries, Maggie Smith says, my first time seeing the ocean was Mission Beach. Oh, yeah. Dearest Dawn says, Disney hotels are charging $460 and up per night. Wow. Well, that's not happening with me. Kenneth, I'm going back to some of these comments because I hit new comments and I skipped all of these. Oh, so I skipped a lot of these comments. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. I'm sorry if I've missed your comments. I'm going to start with Mark. Mark Collins said, people should move to where I live in Chicago. The Midwest is still way cheaper. Although Chicago isn't cheap, Mark. It's not cheap, but at least gas isn't $5.50 or $6 a gallon. I don't think, is it? Illinois South said, okay, it's okay to give my email on here. If you want to, Illinois South, to give your email, I don't know if that's the best. I'm okay with it, but I don't know if that's the best idea. But that's up to you, Illinois South. Um, are you on Facebook and can people message you? I don't know how that works, but if you're comfortable with it, maybe come on next week, get a different email that's just for this and come on next week and share it, but whatever you're comfortable doing. Teresa says, "Oh my God, I'm currently working on enforcement laws on exactly what you're speaking on with parks and tenant resident protection laws for mobile home parks added to." Well, there's go online. There's a woman. She's an attorney, and you'll just have to keep Googling until you find the YouTube. But she worked with this group of tenants and she got it so they were able to buy out the mobile home park and stop the sale to the corporation. So, but yes, that has to happen. It's got to happen, or we're just going to have so many older people tossed out onto the street. It's not even going to be funny. Oh, Lindy's in the house. Hello, hello. I didn't see that. I skipped all these comments, so I missed you coming in, Lindy. Hello, hello. Wanda says, "Did you see Lindy's video on the 69-year-old guy, a case of rent going up?" I did not, but she told me she was going to do it, and I'm going to go over and watch that. I definitely want to go over. That sounds like it's going to be a really, really poignant and interesting and touching video. I want to go over and see that for sure. Joy B says, "COVID has caused so much greed." Oh, yeah. We're never going back to days before COVID. It is what it is, I'm sadly to say. Teresa says the elder abuse is horrible in these parks. Oh, I can believe that, Teresa. I can absolutely believe that. I have no problem believing that. Lisa said phone died, had to get on the laptop from Outdoor Dash Travels. Oh my goodness. Blue Colleen says, "I now pay more for a studio apartment than I did for a 2-bedroom I had a few years ago." Yep. 30% more for the same groceries, but my wage have only increased by 4%. I'm gonna do a video on some suggestions as to what you can do, but it's gonna be hard hitting. It's gonna be some sacrifice, but I think in the end it will be worth it. But there's some things, if you want to get on even stable ground and footing, there are some hard decisions and hard things you're going to have to do, and I'm going to address them in the video coming up. PK from Arkansas, is that Arkansas? Says Florida is cheap as long as you live away from the big tourist areas. Yeah, but PK, I'm looking at people. I just saw a video on the couple. I can't remember their names. I want to remember their names so badly. They just moved from Florida to, I think it was Alabama. They were going under because of the insurance. Insurance, if you have a house in Florida now, insurance is like living in the forest in California, with wildfires. It's gone crazy, the insurance in Florida. And a lot of companies not even insuring homes in Florida anymore or California. Plus the taxes. It's just, yeah, the basic, maybe the rent might be better, but the other things, and eventually as those landowners who are renting their properties get hit up with these fees, they're going to be passing them on, PK. They are. Okay to PHX says, "Great book, work from home while you roam." Oh, thank you. Thank you for confirming that. Yeah. Robin really does her homework when she puts something out there. She's done her research, she's done her homework, and she just clicks off the facts. Boom, 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 boom. I really love that she is thorough. And any book that she does is going to be, it's not going to be just a wild thought. She's going to really have researched it. So, yes, hopefully, Teresa, that'll be helpful. Mary Faye says, "It's sad that they're going up on the insurance." Yep. And also the taxes, because what they have done, they've reassessed the value. Yeah. I know. It's not because you're not getting assessed increased taxes because home improvements. You're getting assessed increased tax because all the properties are going up. So even dumps are now paying through the nose for taxes, you know? It's very sad. It's very sad. Thank you, Red, for dropping that link. Terry M says, regarding mobile homes, we don't own the land, but we get to pay property taxes, includes school tax, and we are seniors. I've noticed kids here, I think families are moving in with parents and grandparents. Well, there's everyone's trying, it's like everyone's fighting for scraps, you know? And that's really sad, but that's what's happening. Everyone's fighting for what little piece of land they can get on and rent, and are, you know, it's, and if there's anything that's still halfway affordable, it's just crazy how many people are in line for it. Um, Kathy Isaac says, here where I live, they give you the mobile home. Wow. Then they immediately raise the rent. Yeah. They do this till they price you out. Most homes are too old or damaged to get a permit to move, even if you have the money. That's another thing. That's a good point, Kathy, that many of the mobile homes are so old that if you tried to move them, they would just fall apart. So, I don't know. Sheila says, I also saw Lindy's video about the gentleman who was 69 and passed away. So very sad. It is. It really is. I got to go over and watch that video. I know it's going to be really a good one. So go over and check that video out. Sandy Rum says, I worked at Yardi Matrix Survey. Oh, they hire every 3 months. I worked there for more than 7 years on and off. Very easy job. Well, thank you, Sandy. Does anyone hear that about Matrix Survey? If you're looking for a remote online job, Sandy shared that. Thank you very much for that tip, Sandy. I'm sure that's going to help someone. Blue Colleen says, I plan on returning to college for cybersecurity. You know, if you can up your skills, that's another way. You have to do one of two things if you're about to go over the edge financially. You've got to either increase your income or decrease your spending and your expenses. And so many people have decreased down to the nub. There's just nothing left to cut out. But some people have not. Some people, you know, one of the things that I find is a lot of people will go and say a Dollar Tree or a Big Lots, and they're going there and they say, oh, it's only $1. Oh, it's only $2. Oh, it's only $5. And they come out spending $60 or $70. So that's one thing that you have to be mindful for, because it can add $1 here, $1 there, $3 here, $5 here, can really add up. But I'm going to tell you what the secret is some of the secrets. Probably not secrets. I mean, people have been sharing these tips for a while, but I'm going to concise them down and tell you what to do. Maybe we should have a club. A savings. I'm going to think about this. Where we meet on a live every once a week and talk about, what a person has done, or how they have, maybe I'll leave the last 10 minutes for my lives on Saturday for people to talk about what they're doing and how they have turned the corner financially and what's helping them to do that. If you want me to leave a few minutes at the end of each live rather, to talk about this and to share ideas on what you're doing and what you have done, how you're turning the corner, and how you're keeping your expenses down, and how you're pulling yourself back from the edge of the cliff you're going to go over. Because I think we all could stand to hear some success stories about people who have been mired deep, deep, deep in financial woes and now are doing better. I think that would be an encouragement to people to hear. But anyhow, okay. Sandy says it's Yardi Matrix Rent Survey. Okay. So Yardi Rent Survey. Okay. All right. Thank you, Red, for leaving that link for Robin's book. Um, Kate says United States Post Office will print the label for postures. Yeah, yeah, I've heard that they do print labels and they send you the labels. So all you have to do is put it in a box, put the label on it, and off it goes. Um, so that's one way. But you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to every week, if you guys, okay, you guys can be my eyes and my ears. Would you guys go out there and every week, at least a few people come back with some ways that people can make some money, extra money legally, and not with imbibing certain substances, shall we say, but legally, how people can make some extra money. And it doesn't have, we're not talking about thousands. For some people, an extra $500 a month would make a world, an extra $300 a month would make a world of difference. It would completely change their life. I know it may sound hard to believe, but extra $300 to $500 could change the quality of some people's lives. It really could. Um, uh, Illinois South says, Carrie, I have YouTube channel, Illinois South 65. I have picture of self on the video that has tiny home on wheels. Okay, so go over Illinois South 65. If anyone is interested in traveling with Illinois South 65, they have a YouTube channel and you can go over and see a little bit about them. Okay, all right. Okay to PHX says, Jason Thrifts on YouTube has a lot of great ideas on how to resell certain things. Thank you. This is what I'm talking about. If you guys can share these ideas, share YouTubes where people are doing things where they're making extra money. Let's start doing that. Let's start doing things and adding every live. I want to put some time aside where we share some ideas on what you're doing to pull yourself back off the cliff, and also share some ideas on what you're doing to earn extra money, because there's so many people out there who need to earn extra money and can't do like construction jobs but one of the jobs, if you can stand for several hours, they're almost always hiring people to do samples at Costco and these stores. If you can do that, they're almost always hiring. And I have another job that I'm going to share next week, and I'll get some more information on it for you. All right. Mary Faye says, I was looking at a documentary and they were talking about all the senior citizens that are passing on the streets because of homelessness. I know. Mary Faye, it is just, well, the biggest group of people facing homeless now are the biggest group increasing in the number of homeless people that are adding to the homeless rolls are senior citizens. Senior citizens. I tell you. Kenneth says, I believe that all of us have had extraordinary lives and not because our lives have been easy. You know, Kenneth, that is true. We all have a story. We all have a story to share. So very true. Maggie says, I'm not good with computers. I have ideas, but don't know how to implement the designs. Well, you know, I'm sure there's someone on here. I'm going to volunteer my friend Lisa. Lisa from Outdoor Dash Travels. She's an expert computer person. Maybe hit her up on her channel and tell her what you're trying to do, and she might be able to maybe do a video or something on it. Lisa did a fabulous set of videos on how to edit on iPhone and on an Android. And that's how I learned to edit, from Lisa. Lisa taught me how to edit. So, yeah. Terry says, I'm 67, can't retire yet, looking forward to moving. Yeah, a lot of people are going to move. Definitely. Mark H says, good times make soft men. Well, I tell you, we should have some hard folks up in this chat then, because Some of us have just been through the ringer. But when you come out the other side, you are fortified and you're a lot stronger. So that's a good point, Mark. Grace Stays says that's what I would like to do. Hit up on the legislatures to do something about their rent increases. There's another election year, we might have a chance. I tell you, I haven't really heard. I've heard a lot about immigration. I've heard about crime. I've heard about a lot money going overseas, but I haven't heard a lot of people really holding these people who are running for office accountable for what's happening with housing cost and rent. And I haven't heard. That's the thing that affects us every day. Two things that, well, three things: your overhead or your rent or your mortgage, your fuel costs, and your food. Those three things impact us all. So those are the three things we need to be going after these suckers on, to address. And I don't really hear those. Oh, Maggie, don't even get me started on HOAs. Don't even get me started on those. That's the. I'm not even gonna. I could go for. It'll start me on a whole new rant. Janet says, Graham, demo contractors will sell older, used, real wood shed, low priced. That's true. Spray soy-based insulation, ultra-reflective white paint cools buildings, so no AC needed if on market. Spendy but good. Yeah, I was looking at when I looked at that shed in Costco, I thought, if you're building something that small, you can probably spend a little bit more and use great materials because it's so small. It's not like you have to have 40-foot long container or shed. You're only having 8x7, so you can use well wearing materials, and like you said, maybe get some wood, spray soy-based insulation, and other things. Good suggestions, Janet. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa. I always forget that. You guys, yes, hit that like button. Hit the like button. It really does help me. PK says, look for opportunities throughout your day. You will pass a soup kitchen in there and save what you already have for tomorrow. I would say anyone who's struggling, there almost every city now has a food bank. And if not the city you're in, a city very close to you, unless you're way out in the boonies. But yes, if you are struggling, by all means, hit up those food banks. But these are just some of the things I'm going to be going over in the video I'll do. Illinois South 65 says living off of Social Security is hard. Yes, it is, Illinois. And Illinois, would you hit me up? I do give my email because it's already on my channel at gloriouslifeonwheels@gmail.com. That's gloriouslifeonwheels@gmail.com, because I would like to talk to you and I would like to interview you. So if you would hit me up, Illinois South 65 on my can someone, one of my moderators, drop my my email? I would really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Oh my goodness, from Maxie, Jenny. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. These go to helping people in need. So thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. It helps me to do things for other people. Let's see. Yeah, you're right. The cycle does continue, Mark. It does. Let's see. What time is it? Oh my goodness, it's 10 after 4. I'm gonna have to make like a shepherd and get the flock out of here. all of the flock is out, getting it out of here. Mary Faye says, go to Los Angeles and you'll see that very thing that's happening right there. They're taking around these people mobile homes and and trashing them. Wow. You're right. Making your own food is better and it is cheaper too. Uh, v, VF said, I had sticker shock when I went to McDonald's and turned around and left. The money, yeah, yeah. You, now this is, I'm dating myself, but I remember at McDonald's, I sound like my mother now, but I remember at McDonald's when hamburgers were 25 cents and French fries were too, or our French fries were 25 and hamburgers were 15. I mean, those days are long gone, but even the dollar menus now, it's yeah. What can you do? Blue Colleen says, yeah, I've not eaten fast food since pandemic. Now I do intermittent fasting because I can't afford the same amount of groceries. Actually, better for me too. Wow. Wow. So that's what you're. Blue Colleen, would you hit me up too on Glorious Life on Wheels? I'd like to talk to you too. I would really like to. Glorious Life on Wheels at Gmail. I would love to talk to you. South 65 Illinois says, I just pray God and God helps, but the inflation is so bad. It is. It is. Kenneth says, we suffer together and we help each other in very small ways we can. One of my old skills is I can cut your hair free. Wow. That, we're going to have to get back to bartering. Maybe you do some work for someone on their land and they in turn give you produce that they're growing. But we are going to have to get back to bartering. I really believe that is the key. And developing small communities where we work together doing things, I really believe that's the key. Dearest John says, oh yeah, I already went there. Bonds on a Roll is talking to Mary Kay saying, Mary Faye, I'm sorry, saying, I think they want the land under the mobiles home to build probably more luxury homes. Not necessarily, because they don't have to spend a dime, and they're making, if you've got 70 mobile homes and you're charging $1,000 to $1,500 a month, you're making 70 to 95, 70, 80, 90, to $105,000 just a month, just on someone being on that land. I mean, so they're making buku money off that without spending really hardly anything. Thank you for dropping my who is that? Oh, that was me. Dropped the link. I guess Shay's Tiny is not in the house anymore. Gray State says, I changed my diet to keto. I eventually make everything from scratch. Okay. Yeah, we have to. Dearest Dawn says, even in Santa Barbara, hotels are charging $600 a night. Oh, yeah. Well, Santa Barbara is considered a luxury destination, so it's going to be a fortune there. Kathy says, folks are making salads out of stuff from the yard here in Arkansas, also picking wild blackberries to eat. I tell you, having a garden it's going to be like during World War II when they had those victory gardens. Well, they're going to be called something else, not victory, but they're going to be gardens for sure. Elsa says, Pascal is a talent. Yes, he is. He really is. I can hardly wait to show you guys the full finished product. Hey, Susie, hello. I know, Lisa. I'm able to drop a link without kicking myself out. Wanda says, I'd rather put money into a van or a tiny home than repair this mobile home. It's in a park. Yeah, because, I can understand that. Absolutely. I know, Nora. I did it fast too. All right. Donna says, you don't have to go into debt to go into heaven. The price has already been paid. You're right. You're so right, Donna. I was just saying, if there was a price, that's the only place I'd pay to go to. But you're absolutely right. The price was paid on the cross for us. Thank you for sharing that. Hey, Penny. Hello. Okay. I am going to be heading out of here. Take a couple more comments. If this is your first time in the house, could you please put up a number 1 so I can acknowledge you? And if you are one of my moderators, please drop your link. And if you have a channel, would you please drop the link for your channel so we can go over and show you some love. Mary says, that is exactly what they're trying to do in America, not just Los Angeles. Yeah, pricing out the homeless to young and everyone else. They want the rich to live. Well, I'm going to do a short on something I saw up the road in Menifee or Temecula. That's, I think, very interesting. But I'm going to do a quick short on that soon. Um, let's see. Okay, I am going to go down here. Graham says the problem I see is that you can work a 50-hour week and still not have enough money for rent and food. Yep. And the person you're working for is living in a mansion and going to the Bahamas on vacation. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. A person working 40 hours steady every week should be able to earn enough money to pay their rent and support themselves. You shouldn't have to work 2 and 3 jobs to pay for basic necessities. I'm sorry, you know. Uh, I'm going to be jumping down here. Yeah. Yes, Teresa, definitely. You can email me. Mark says I was thinking rent. If you want a big walkable city, you can still rent an apartment here in a good neighborhood for less than 1,000 a month and don't need a car in Chicago. Really? Hmm. So you can rent an apartment for less than $1,000 a month in Chicago, and it's safe to walk around everywhere where you can get the. Huh. You'll have to send me that information because I would be interested in seeing that, Mark. I really would. Uh, all right. Mythos Dream says, "Hello, beautiful people. I live mid Cornfield, Illinois, and even in the small town I live in, you can't rent a 1 bedroom for less than 1,000 a month." Yeah, that's what I'm. I mean, so I don't know. I would love to see that, Mark. I really would. Uh, all right. I am going to go down. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to miss a lot of these. Yeah, Feral Lunch Lady says shop at Aldi's. It's still cheap. And Grocery Outlet. I think Grocery Outlet is probably has the best prices that I've seen. I think they're even better than Walmart. Uh, LLCs are exempt from Just Cause. Wow, I didn't know that, Teresa. Oh, okay. PK, you're from Alaska, not Arkansas. Okay, from Alaska. All right. Well, whew, all right. I am uh Sheriff John McInnes had a story about homeowners in California are only 18%. 82% are renters or homeless. Really? That there's only 18%? Was that on California Insider? I'll have to go check that out. I would think that there's a higher percentage of rent of homeowners than 18%, Dawn, but I don't know, so I can't comment. But I will check it out. Our Kenneth. Oh, all right. All right, folks. I'm looking down. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to jump down. And Leslie says, I've been enjoying a cooking channel called Dollar Tree Dinners. She is terrific for doing budget meals, and it is seriously, ooh, let me write that down, or let me take a picture of that. Dollar Tree Dinners. Okay, I'll have to, let me take a picture of this, and okay, I will check that out. Thank you very much, Leslie. All right. PK says perspective. I moved from Alaska. I was paying much more to live in Alaska, even though my house was paid off. Now I pay a lot rental, no property tax. I enjoy the amenities, especially the pool. Wow. That sounds like you made a good move, PK. Sounds like that really worked for you. Okay. Uh Yes, Maggie says if I won the lottery, I would build a family compound, northern Arizona or Colorado. Sounds like a plan to me, Maggie. Sounds you're talking my language now. Um, Kenneth says I may be Naive, but I'm not scared one bit. Well, I applaud you, Kenneth. I think being prepared, having faith, number one, in God, and being prepared and doing the best that you can, and then leaving it from there. But I think we do need to take steps that we can to help prepare ourselves. Uh, yeah, I have noticed, Graham, that simple cheap meats are gourmet now. Like, for instance, yeah, ham hocks. They used to be really cheap. They're really expensive. Oxtails. Do you know how much oxtails cost now? They used to be like throwaway practically. Oh, yeah, I have noticed that. All right. Okay, I am heading out of here, going down. I'm sorry. I know I'm missing so many of your comments, and I wish I could, but I'm trying to see if I have any ones down here to greet first times in the house, or any oh, let's see. Oh, um okay. Freedom Walker, peace. Everyone greet hello, Freedom Walker, peace. First time in the house. And Debbie, it says, Debbie, good luck with surgery from Nora. So apparently Debbie's having surgery. So everyone, please send up prayers for Debbie and her surgery. Kate says, I'm a housing counselor helping people navigate the affordable housing programs. There is little available. Yeah, there is very little. I talked with a social worker the other day, and she said there's really very little that they're able to do, quite frankly. Hey, Mo Baby Girl P is in the house. Just me. Sugarfoot 1271. Stephanie Sturgeon. All right, all these new people, new globies in the house. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Come join in the chat. Those of you who didn't, we'd love to hear from you, Stephanie Sturgeon, and so many more. Let's see. Oh, Janet says, Kathy Morrison, you think like me. Find other ways. Trailers. Yep, yep. Absolutely. Check your codes for the county that you're in, and then just look for alternatives. That's what I was just sharing with the little shed in Costco, that there are alternatives, but the key is having some land. And I think more and more we're going to have to own our own land to implement some of these things. But yeah, I know, Stephanie. I'd love to have some land like Bob too. Oh my goodness. Uh, Illinois says, I know I keep mentioning my channel because I'm trying to get subscribers, so maybe I can get monetized, but I only have 75 subscribers. Yeah, well, everyone go over and check out Illinois South 65. She's trying to get some more subscribers, get monetized, living only on Social Security. And I'm telling you, I have been promoting having a YouTube channel as one way to earn more money. It takes work, it takes time, but with good content, you can build a channel and you can make some decent money. So go over, would everyone please go over and subscribe to Illinois South 65, but don't just subscribe, because if you only subscribe and never watch her videos, that doesn't help. Subscribe and go over and watch her videos. And I will have to go over there and check it out too. All right, folks. Well, I am here with uh Jessica, and I have got to. Oh, apparently Noella. So welcome, Noella. I don't know who that is. And Lisa. Yes, Lisa's house sold. Oh my goodness. Congratulations, Lisa. Lisa, you got to come on the live next Sunday. I'm sorry, Saturday, and talk about it. And Lisa's live is Sunday, tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific, which would be 7 p.m. Central and 8 p.m. Eastern. And Red, when is your next live going to be, Red? Can you drop some information about that? All right, Carol can prepare a gourmet meal from a weed. I'm gonna try. Oh, Brian, you're gonna be boondocking full time in 2 weeks. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Congratulations. Ooh, scary, but fun and exciting at the same time. So congratulations. All right. I am, oh, Susie Aspen, I don't know where you are. Senior coffee is 50 cents here. The senior coffee is $1.09. So yeah, even the senior coffee's gone up. What can I say? Oh my goodness. All right. Yeah, it's more than it's yeah, I actually I have to say I like the McDonald's senior coffee. I like their coffee better than Starbucks, but I like Panera's even best because it's free with my membership. Although their coffee isn't great, but when you doctor it up with all the cream and stuff, it's okay. All right. So thank you for dropping that link, Red, for Dollar Tree dinners. And oh wow, Freedom Walker says oxtails $12 a pack. Do you believe that? Do you believe that? Something they practically were giving away like dog bones are now $12 a pack. And I sure love oxtails. Oh, oxtails and turkey wings, those are some of my favorites. Oh my goodness. All right, we're heading out of here. And uh thank you. M. Sanabria says, blessing my friend from Puerto Rico. Well, blessings to you too. Blessings to you too. Uh, all right. Yes, you're right. Sunshine says, everyone who wants to grow their channels needs a photo of some type. Well, that probably helps, although I don't have any photo. I never did. I just never got around to it. And the most important thing is having good content, good thumbnails, good title, and then deliver good content when they actually look you up. Those are the three most important things. Thank you for dropping Illinois South 65 link, Red. Red, I don't think that I don't see when you're next. Red's channel is Red Headed Writing, WRITING, like you're writing hood. So go over and check out her channel, Red Headed Writing Hood. Also, Outdoor Dash Travels, Lava Lindy's Awesome Van Adventure, and all these other content creators. I don't see any C's here for content creators, but yes, and Nora, go. Oh, thank you, Rocks One SMF for subbing to Illinois. Thank you. All right. Whew, we've had a long live today, but lots to go over. Lots of content coming up next week, including about how helping to curb perfectionism, some hard hitting tips on what to do to pull yourself off the edge financially, some information and a video hopefully on Teresa, and maybe even another tour. So, and I want to show you a couple of my favorite van life pieces of equipment. So lots coming up. Check it out, and I will see you. Love each and every one of you, and I will see you guys next week. All right, I'm going to do my best